I was told that I need these sunglasses on in case I meet an alligator. This might deter them. So anyway, I will do this video with sunglasses on. I had this dream the other night that I went to a party at this house that looks like the house by Brinson's Cooley, which will only be an important piece of information to anybody who lives in Saskatchewan near Brinson's Cooley and knows where that is. But anyway, I went to this house where it's like has an attached garage, and the house is probably a 1,500 square foot bungalow house kind of thing without the garage, not including the garage. So anyway, it was summertime in my dream, as it often is, but it's wintertime in real life here. And so the reason we were at the Brinson Cooley house was because there were people there having it was like an open house for grad is kind of what it seemed like, but there was no graduate present. It was just people at a party. And so we were all mulling around together at this house outside, and all of a sudden I saw this man whose name I knew was Ed, but I can't remember I'd never seen the guy in real life before, but in this dream I knew him. His name was Ed, and I knew that he was married to someone who's, well, we passed along a CD cover. People were passing this along, and there was a woman on it. She was about 48 years old, and I think she was wearing a dress, and she was fairly fancy, and somehow I found out her name was Caroline. In real life, I know a person named Caroline, like vaguely. I don't know her well. I know a woman named Caroline, and she's married to someone named Ed. And their last name in real life is Crowley, I think. And so anyway, all of a sudden my mom was at this party. I think John was with me the whole time, but then mom was at this party. And mom asked who Caroline was, and I said, I have just put two and two together. I see this CD case, and though I did not know, and the woman doesn't look like Caroline in real life exactly, but I was like, this is Caroline. And I called her Crawley in my dream, not Crowley. And when I woke up from the dream, I also thought her last name was Crawley. I didn't think it was Crowley. But then after about an hour of being awake, I realized, I was like, oh, that was Caroline Crowley. But I wrote down Crawley when I was documenting this dream. And yeah, Caroline looked different than in real life and a little more attractive maybe in my dream. And Ed, in my dream, looked different than he does in real life. I'm not sure if he looked more attractive, but he looked different. So why was I dreaming about these people, Ed and Caroline Crowley, well, as in my dream I called it Crawley? My setting, this is kind of it. I have been wondering about taking, well, I started taking magnesium along with my seizure medication about a week ago. And the results were phenomenal. Like my seizures are already pretty much taken care of, I think, but I still have panic attacks. And my panic all but disappeared. It was just great. I mean, I was still kind of worried because I'm so used to being worried about open spaces, but I would be in the middle of them worrying and it'd be like, I actually don't feel scared. So it was great. It was fantastic. And then a few days ago, I'm not saying the magnesium stopped working or if it had ever been awesome. I think it was more than the placebo effect because I felt good for days. But anyway, I started feeling 50% less good than I had for the first few days on magnesium. And I was really sad about this in real life. Not depressed, but sad. And I was really discouraged. And so in this dream, where there's these people that I do know in real life, but I only vaguely know them, Ed and Caroline, and in the dream and in real life waking, I thought their name was Crawley. So my setting was taking the magnesium, then feeling like, what's going on? Should I still be on this magnesium, or should I be looking for something else besides just the magnesium, or what should I do? But not the Lamictal. I never want to change the Lamictal. What should I do? And I'm so sad, and I had false hopes, and I feel like my hope is squashed. Or the morning of the dream, around the time the dream happened, because that was a few days ago. So that's how fast days can change so dramatically with what I have. But anyway, what do you think? I'm kind of all over in my explanation, and I tend to be very in my head. I think I mentioned that, where I'm thinking up, I see pictures. I see pictures describing the feelings and emotions and words I have and that I want to portray. And I think I'm telling them to you, but I don't realize that I'm only saying half of the words I think I'm saying, and the rest are in my head still. And maybe you haven't got the picture exactly of what the setting is for my dream and what I'm talking about, but dream with those people. And Caroline was more fancy in the dream. What do you think it means?